Howdy, welcome to Sydney Harbour, and that is me, and we've got the DJI Pocket Osmo on hand to see how it handles the bumpy conditions.
Thumbs up, buddy. That's a tiny little camera.
Yeah, the skipper's impressed on this chase boat. We're at an international sailing event, and we are chasing the competing boats to give a really close-up view, and I've got the Osmo to see how it handles it. This is the audio you can hear. Those Mercury engines really pumping it out, and the sound is really usable in terms of using it in your edit. So if you want a nat sound track, there's the Australian boat off to the left. But if you want to use that nat sound track in your edit, absolutely usable. Voice though, forget it. You will have to mic yourself separately. Look at that shutter. You can see every blade moving around there. But as I go down underneath the boat canopy, change in lighting conditions. Here's the lighting conditions here where I've got the backlit sun to the left. So I'll probably be a bit under here on the front as it tries to battle a bit, but it focused reasonably well. Now I go quickly back up again to the chopper, and that is rock solid once I get settled. That is pretty good. I'm just holding it above my head, and that is a beautiful shot. Here's a tight shot of me, and now I pan quickly, waiting for this to refocus. And this is one of the disappointing things. You will occasionally find this. Look at that, that is still not focused on anything. It's not until about here, you see the right start to get into focus. Now, in focus. That's way too long. So we go back to the engines of the boat, and I'll whip around here by pressing the button 3 times on the Pocket. It whips the camera from front to selfie mode. And as you can see here on the top right hand corner, probably in 1/8 of the screen there, and it still had me in focus. And I press the button again to whip around to a front facing angle. The great thing about that is it does it really quickly, and you can definitely use it. You don't have to sacrifice the camera turn. Look at this tracking shot, really nice. Now I've poked it into the wind here, and there's a lot of wind, as you can see on the shirts here on the people on the right, pushing into the camera, but it stays solid. That little camera's tiny, but it still holds its own. Now I'll flick around here to myself to see how quickly I come into focus, and there it is. Let's stay with this shot because I want to show you how long it holds focus and exposure. And it's settled to a nice exposure here where it's got my face looking pretty good. It's a bit hot at the back, but only slightly because I prefer to have the face correctly lit in this occasion because it takes up so much of the space. So good job there. We'll darken up here in a moment, but holding focus here is the most important thing on the face. There it goes dark on me. So there's the Sydney Harbour as I whip around again. Let's have a look at all the water in the background. It does hold it together. And here's that sound I'm talking about. Pretty impressed with the Pocket. It's not perfect. Focus continues to be worked on. DJI, to their credit, are pumping out updates a lot. So keep doing that and working on it. But I think it's got huge potential, but it's not the finished product yet. If you want to GoPro and do this stuff, don't get rid of it. You need both.